Good morning.
Good morning.
The moment that judgment stops, through acceptance of what is, you are free of the mind. You have made room for love, for joy, for peace. And this is by Eckhart Tolle. God, grant me a vacation to make bearable what I can't change, a friend to make it funny, and wisdom to never get my knickers in a knot because it solves nothing and makes me walk funny. And that one was anonymous. I wonder why. Well, we're so glad that you're here. I am Reverend LuAnna Klote, and welcome to our United Spiritualists of the Christ-like Church. And today my sermon is going to be on acceptance, so I found a couple little jokes, and I've never done jokes, so. And it says, why didn't the flat earther accept his award at the ceremony? He didn't believe in Golden Globes. And they gave the Scarecrow an award for being outstanding in his field. When he accepted the honor, he pointed to his parents in the crowd and said, "What can I say? Hey, it's in my jeans." Okay. Will you please bow your head and join me for the invocation? Mother, Father God, great creator of all, most holy of holies, we invoke your holy presence this day, that you fill us and surround us with your blessed Holy Spirit. Be with us today and always, allowing your grace and presence to move within us and through us as we lift our heart, body, mind, and spirit. We are thankful for the opportunity to come together with open hearts and open minds, ready to accept the healing guidance of our spirits, guides, teachers, family, and loved ones in spirit, that we be filled with clarity, understanding, peace, and love as we fellowship with you today. And please join me in the Lord's Prayer as taught to us by our Master Teacher, Jesus Christ. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Well, now we're going to the real prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Acceptance is being open to the actual feelings we're having in the moment-to-moment experience of life, and being willing to feel just that. Whatever it is, anger, happiness, fear, jealousy, anxiety, joy, we can learn to simply be with our experience, or we can try to control the experience. Acceptance, even though not looked upon as important in our world today, is of high importance. It is through acceptance we can gain the balance, the insight of the real issue. Acceptance does not mean we have to agree with the issue, what is going on. And acceptance does not mean that we need to roll over and be a floor mat for others. It doesn't mean we have to agree with what is happening, but with acceptance, it removes the rage that is destroying our world. This rage is manifested into a toxic world, resulting in polluted rivers, air, ground, and disease in human beings. Acceptance is the realization that the issue is real. It is not the stuffing of the issue that can result in disease. And unfortunately, I've got experience in that one, that things were happening around me, especially in my accounting world, and instead of expressing myself, I just stuff it. And then I get, oh, this pain in my side. Well, I know when that happened. And so, unfortunately, I have some experience with that. And it's not the rationalization of what is happening, it's simply accepting the issue as it is. Once we have accepted what is happening, it provides a clearing of the mind so we can see clearer other avenues that may be taken, that may be of more importance and a better way than what was happening before. How many times has something happened in our lives that we didn't want to end up in a much better place? It can be the laying off from a job, the ending of a relationship, even the beginning of a relationship. Once we have accepted the event, we can see clearer. That's better, oftentimes a step up. Also included in the acceptance is learning the lesson to incorporate in our life for future events. Yes, I know we don't want to hear about learning lessons, but if we don't learn it the first time, it keeps coming back for us to learn again. Big lessons are important, but so are those that seem small. All are building blocks to higher vibrations, to the improvement of our lives. When we learn the lesson, this lesson can be shared with others to help them on their way. When listened to and taken to heart, will alleviate many of the stressors that we personally existed in our lives. It's only with accepting we can see the entire picture of what is happening, for with covering up what is happening, only snippets can be seen and not the entire realm. What are some ways that we can move into acceptance? This morning I'm going to talk about meditation, non-attachment, and gratitude. First is meditation. The aim of meditation is to stop our mind from ruminating, worrying about the past and the future, and instead allowing it to be free. The goal is to be in the moment, to be present now. The Dalai Lama says, there's only 2 days in the year that nothing can be done. One is called yesterday, and the other is called tomorrow. So today is the right day to love, believe, do, and mostly live. Regular meditation and mindfulness can also help us to better regulate our emotions. In a particular study, the people in the group showed reduced perceived stress levels. For me, I am finding that I experience mindfulness or being present in the moment when I go on walks in area parks. My goal is to experience nature, to be fully present, to stop and smell the roses. What are different kinds of meditation? I'm going to share 5 kinds. First is visualization. In this meditation, an image that creates a particular feeling or quality is brought to mind. In a simple way, we can close our eyes and imagine a beautiful mountain lake, an open blue sky, a familiar landscape, or any other visualization that speaks to us. Second is sound healing. Crystal singing bowls, meditating music, chimes, and Tibetan symbols can be used for sound healing. The sound brings us into the present moment. Third is guided meditation. That's when a person guides it. Our meditations here at USCL Church are guided meditations. The fourth is mantra meditation. While chanting, the mind is focused on the sound of the words and the melody. In mantra meditation, a repetitive sound, word, or phrase is used to clear the mind and allow our spiritual strengths to reveal themselves. Mantras are sometimes accompanied by a melody, but not always. Om is a common sound used in mantra meditation. When doing an Om, especially of a lower note, I can feel the vibration within my body. And maybe you want to try it right now. Just say Om in a lower note. Om. And can you feel it? Yeah, it's soothing. Just, yes, we could drive down the street and go Om, but not too much. The fifth is movement meditation. It's having the body in motion. It can be a walking meditation, yoga, gardening, rocking in a rocking chair, even walking the dog. The movement of our body is the object of meditation. There is scientific proof linking meditation to improve sleep, reduce anxiety, lower blood pressure, decreased pain, and a myriad of other health benefits. Add to these increased self-awareness, tolerance, resilience, and understanding, and you've got a win-win. The question has even been raised, as meditation the fountain of youth? As it decreases cortisol, the stress hormone, and increases DHEA, the longevity molecule. Moving on from meditation, we're now going to look at non-attachment. Buddha's advice to lay people, verse 39 of the Dhammapada is, for one who is awake, whose mind isn't overflowing with greed, whose heart isn't afflicted with hatred, and who has abandoned both merit and demerit, fear does not exist. And this was translated by Gil Fronsdal. A shortened version of verse 39 of the Dhammapada is, there is no fear for one whose mind is not filled with desires. With looking at attachment, we can see it's always attached to a desire, wanting someone else to agree with our viewpoint, wanting reality to be anything but what it is. In other words, a lack of acceptance. Attachment is connected to the ego. When our mind is not filled with desires and has no attachments, this is when we can see clearly. Having a clear path to awakening, it is being fully awake and sensitive, having an engaged state of mind. Desiring the world to be something it is not at the moment is stopped, and ruminating thoughts about how things should be are put aside. I recently was speaking on the phone with someone close to me. He started making fun of somebody I really admire. I personally disagreed, but I knew arguing was not going to get us anywhere, as both of us have our own opinions. So I changed the subject. Afterwards, this conversation would pop up in my head that was unsettling. I found when, in my mind, I said, non-attachment, the thoughts went away, and I experienced profound peace. It happened again, and I said, non-attachment, and the same happened, and it worked. I would now like to share a story, a Chinese proverb, which illustrates non-attachment. A farmer and his son had a beloved stallion who helped the family earn a living. One day, the horse ran away, and their neighbors exclaimed, "Your horse ran away! What terrible luck!" The farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." A few days later, the horse returned home, leading a few wild mares back to the farm as well. The neighbors shouted out, "Your horse has returned," and brought several horses home with him. "What great luck!" And the farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." Later that week, the farmer's son was trying to break one of the mares, and she threw him to the ground, breaking his leg. The villagers cried, "Your son broke his leg. What terrible luck!" The farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." A few weeks later, soldiers from the National Army marched through town recruiting all the able-bodied boys for the army. They did not take the farmer's son, as he was still recovering from his injury. Friends shouted, "Your boy is spared. What tremendous luck!" To which the farmer replied, "Maybe so, maybe not. We'll see." The moral of this story is that no event in and of itself can truly be judged as good or bad, lucky or unlucky, fortunate or unfortunate, but that only time will tell the whole story. Additionally, no one really lives long enough to find out the whole story, so it could be considered a great waste of time to judge minor inconveniences as misfortunes or to invest tons of energy into things that look outstanding on the surface, but may not pay off in the end. The wise thing, then, is to live life in moderation. As Andrew Jackson Davis, medium, channel, and one of the founders of modern spiritualism, which is what our church is, we're modern spiritualism, tells us, under all circumstances, keep an even mind. He's talking about keeping as even in temperament as possible, taking all things in stride, whether they originally appear to be good or bad. We can also call it go with the flow. Life is much more comfortable and comforting if we merely accept what we're given and make the best of our life circumstances. Rather than always having to pass judgment on things and declare them as good or bad, it would be better to just sit back and say, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Moving on from meditation and non-attachment, next is gratitude. Gratitude is resonating with the positive and begins with acceptance. People often do not notice how much positive is in their lives. Slow your life down and appreciate all that you have. Even in the worst scenarios, there can be appreciation. A shower, a sunset, the taste of your favorite food, maybe Starbucks, maybe Mexican, whatever's your favorite. Good conversation, lots, and love of family. I would like to tell you a story that illustrates gratitude. A water bearer in China had 2 large pots, each hung on the ends of a pole which he carried across his neck. One of the pots had a crack in it, while the other pot was perfect and always delivered a full portion of water. At the end of the long walk from the stream to the house, the cracked pot arrived only half full. For a full 2 years, this went on daily, while the bearer delivering only 1.5 pots full of water to his house. Of course, the perfect pot was proud of his accomplishments, perfect for which it was made. But the poor cracked pot was ashamed of its own imperfection, and miserable that it was able to accomplish only half of what it had been made to do. After 2 years, or what it perceived to be a bitter failure, it spoke to the water bearer one day by the stream. I'm ashamed of myself, and I want to apologize to you. I've been able to deliver only half my load because this crack in my side causes water to leak out all the way back to your house. Because of my flaws, you have to do all this work, and you don't get full value from your efforts, the pot said. The bearer said to the pot, did you notice that there are flowers only on your side of the path, but not on the other pot's side? That's because I've always known about your flaw. So I planted the flower seeds on your side of the path, and every day while we walk back, you've watered them. For 2 years, I've been able to pick these beautiful flowers to decorate the table. Without you being just the way you are, there would not be this beauty to grace the house. And the moral is, each of us has unique flaws that are our own. We're all cracked pots. But it's the cracks and the flaws we each have that make our lives together so very interesting and rewarding. You've just got to take each person for what they are and look for the good in them. Remember to appreciate all the different people in your life and recognize them for what they actually contribute to making your life better. In closing, acceptance helps reduce what people experience as negative, as it has been purported that it takes 5 positive experiences to counter 1 negative, or more generally, your brain responds to positive events like Teflon and to negative ones like Velcro. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. For this upcoming week, I have a call of action for us. Incorporate acceptance into our lives by being in the present moment, using meditation, non-attachment, and gratitude. Blessings. Thank you. Thank you. And now for our meditation. And could you turn the lights off? And Kevin? Oh. You guys are way ahead of me. And could I have some music? As you get into a comfortable position, uncrossing your legs, putting your feet flat on the floor, uncrossing your arms, and closing your eyes, take a slow, deep breath. Now, slowly exhale. Take another slow, deep breath, filling your lungs. Slowly exhale. Before you is an inviting path into a forest. As you take your first steps, you can feel the soft earth beneath your feet, grounding you, calming you. On the tree branches above you, new emerald green leaves are springing out. They are so welcome after seeing the sleeping, barren branches of the trees this past winter. Today is a bright, sunny day with warm breezes wafting around you. To your left are many small, delicate lavender flowers peeking out at you. They are welcoming you to their forest. To your right are yellow, vibrant buttercups greeting you in the new season of spring. As you slowly walk along the path, you can feel the calm, soothing energies of the forest that are so refreshing. Around you are big, beautiful trees. Oak trees, maple trees, cherry trees, refreshing the air you are breathing. These trees are helping you ground and balance as their majestic limbs are overhead. Tree trunks around you and roots below you. They are sharing their loving, caring energies and vibrations with you. Walking along the path, breathing in the fresh air of spring, your ears hear a scratching. Wondering what it is, you look above on a tree branch to see a little squirrel with a huge black walnut. He is gnawing to get to its delicious nut. Seeing you, he peers down at you, fluffing his tail up that makes him so cute. He's glad you are here, looks at you for a moment, then proceeds with his walnut. Looking down, as you are soaking in the beauty of the forest, small green shamrock leaves are popping up around your feet, covering the ground around you. You even see 4-leaf clovers in a sea of green, helping you realize luck is on its way to you. Small, slender, yellow leaves are falling around your feet. These leaves are teeny tiny. As you look up, way high in a nearby dead tree, you see a pileated woodpecker, busy hunting for carpenter ants and other insects in the tree. These are not tiny leaves, instead they are teeny tiny shavings of the tree. How exciting, as this is the largest woodpecker there is, to see one on your path. When he notices you watching him, he flies off with his majestic wingspan to the next tree for more tasty morsels, to let you know there is more to life than what you can see. As you journey through this enchanted forest, you see a deer beside the trail, looking at you with her big, beautiful, soulful eyes. When you speak to her, she stands there, understanding all the love you are sharing with her. She is communicating to you how beautiful you are, how you are a good soul about to experience wonders of the universe with your growing connection to the earth. Up ahead to the right is a beautiful waterfall. There's water bursting over the edge to create a small spray of water that blesses the air for all around. The falling of the water has such a sweet sound. It is so relaxing, both the sound and seeing the sparkling shimmers of the drops as they land in the gurgling stream. Before you is a friendly brown dog wagging its tail, reminding you it is time to return. He wants you to affirm, I am beautiful. I am happy. I am worthy. I am loved. I am perfect. I am special. And when you are ready, you can bid the enchanted forest goodbye, knowing it is inviting you to return to it any time you wish. You have become much lighter and joyful, living in the present. You can now shift into the here and now, in your own time, at your own pace. Be aware of the support beneath you. Come back gently. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Open your eyes to a new, peaceful, calm world. Welcome back.